Ask NATO here. So today, I'm making a different kind of video where I want to just introduce someone who is a really big part of my life and someone who really is half of the reason why I'm able to do much of anything. She happens to be my fiance, and she happens to also be my business CIO for notiaPoint, and she pretty much just does so many things. And a lot of the things that I do that look good on the outside, and the words and the fancy lighting and all the other stuff, I've had help with other people, but the person who is there with me day in and day out and really makes me look good, it's funny. So she should have some credit for a change, because thanks for making me look good. And so let's let you have the credit. So anyways, this is Laura Anderson. I'll let her introduce herself.
Yeah, well, like Nathan said, I'm Laura. I am the CIO of notiaPoint. I guess I'll start out by telling you a little bit about my professional background. I started out my career, I actually have a degree in English, so I'm living proof that you don't necessarily have to be technical to be in cybersecurity, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. But like I said, I have a degree in English. Nathan and I actually met in college. We went to the same undergraduate school, and we're friends in college. And then Nathan moved on to other things, and I stayed in the town where our university was, and worked as a reporter for the newspaper there for about 4 years. And then I transitioned into a marketing position at our alma mater, actually, and eventually also moved on to work for a nonprofit radio station, primarily doing membership marketing, web management, fundraising. When you work for a small nonprofit, you do a little bit of everything. So my professional career has been mainly in journalism and marketing, and I've essentially made my living as a writer since I was 16 years old, really, if we get down to it. So I'm just excited to be a part of notiaPoint. And again, I am living proof that you don't have to be super technical to be in cybersecurity, because there are cybersecurity companies, and these companies still need accountants, and they still need marketers, and they still need copywriters, WRITER, copywriters. They still need, managers and HR directors, and all these different things, all these positions that aren't engineering or computer science related. So there is a position for everyone in cybersecurity. And I will say I didn't know a whole lot about cybersecurity until Nathan and I started dating about a year ago, or even a couple months before that, when we first started reconnecting and talking again, and I learned more and more about notiaPoint and what Nathan does. And I came to realize pretty quickly that cybersecurity is essential for everyone, from the individual, browsing the web on a coffee shop Wi-Fi, to, giant corporations with thousands of employees and in personal, individuals' credit card information, or whatever, HIPAA, whatever sort of industry you're in. If you have a company, you probably need cybersecurity. If you use the internet, you need to have some basic cybersecurity knowledge. So that's one thing that Nathan and I have been really trying to develop. Nathan wrote an ebook, which I think is great, and everyone should download. That's just all about cybersecurity basics. I don't know if I should talk about that. You can cut that out.
You can't. No, it's fine. It's just an ebook about cybersecurity basics for personal security. I can link it to the video too.
Yeah.
It's in my 7-day course. Sign up for the 7-day course.
There you go.
Get the ebook.
Sign up for the 7-day course.
But yeah.
But so a lot of what I've done for notiaPoint is just I'm trying to help Nathan spread the word of the importance of cybersecurity, and also to let everyone know that you can become a cybersecurity professional no matter who you are or what you're doing with your life or where you're located in the world. There is an opportunity out there for you. This industry didn't even exist 10 years ago, and it's growing so fast, and there's tons of room for everyone. And that's a lot of what notiaPoint is all about, is spreading that word. So, what I do is a lot of, as chief information officer, I help kind of manage the messages and help Nathan craft, what he wants to say and what sort of, how we want to portray notiaPoint to the rest of the world. A big part of that is the YouTube channel, our blog. If you haven't checked out our blog, go to notiaPoint.com and check that out. We'll link that below as well.
She does most of the writing. She's amazing.
And we have a lot of exciting things coming in the next couple months. We're going to be launching like an email newsletter that I'll be kind of overseeing. So go ahead and go to notiaPoint.com and sign up for that. And so you can tell I have a marketing background, right?
She's much better at marketing than I am.
Pardon me, yeah. What other thoughts should we talk about?
Yeah, I mean, something that's kind of interesting to me that I want to mention is one of the things that most people seem to gravitate to my channel for is the fact that I love travel. And one of the things that I've spent years doing is I just wanted to have this remote career. When I was young, I was determined to figure out how to be able to travel with like no limits. And so I ended up traveling through business and like for companies. And when I traveled for companies, I could travel all kinds of places. I didn't have to save up for money just to go to another country. I just had to get a project in that country or somewhere else. And I got to go, especially all over Asia is where I really wanted to go. So I did. I went and I adventured all over Asia. And, like this desire of mine to be all over the place and go see new things all the time is maybe the fact that I like new things is what drew me to cybersecurity. And so I think a lot of people who like new things might like cybersecurity. Honestly, it's like the new frontier pioneering just in the internet space rather than physically pioneering. But I mean, for me anyways, they so happen to go hand in hand. And the fact that I like to travel and whatnot is what brought us together. Because when I met her again, after we'd already been friends anyways, and we started talking a lot more, she had started a company in another country, in the Netherlands, and she was doing international business and international entrepreneurship.
Right. I guess I forgot to mention that at the end of my resume. when I resigned from my position at the nonprofit radio station I was working for, I went completely freelance and became, my own boss essentially, and jumped into the world of freelance writing and editing and marketing. Did a lot of contracting. And in the past year alone, besides the work that I've done for notiaPoint, I worked with more than 100 clients, writing and editing copy for websites.
Probably more than 200.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there. I lost count a long time ago. But it's just like all of those companies, they came to me and the company I was contracting with for whatever reason, for marketing purposes. But you know what? I can say without a doubt that all of those companies probably need cybersecurity as much as they need marketing. So if you want to be spreading the word about your business online, you also need to be aware of how that exposure will make you, more susceptible to online attacks. Mm-hmm. And you should have a cybersecurity program in place if you don't already. So...
But yeah, like honestly, back to the international thing is because that's the whole point I wanted to make is like international is kind of what is growing the channel is international business and international cybersecurity. And a big
part of the reason I became a freelancer was for that remote lifestyle. I wanted to move abroad. I moved to the Netherlands under the Dutch-American Friendship Treaty for about a year, and came back having lived a really amazing experience. It was really hard. I won't say it was easy. But it was really gratifying, and it's something that Nathan and I want to do a lot more of, is travel the world, see the world, and you can follow us in what we're doing here on this YouTube channel and on all of the notiaPoint, and on all of Nathan's social media platforms, which we'll be linking those below as well.
Yeah, we'll link all the information. And so, like, just a lot of it is, honestly, like, cybersecurity allows us to have a much more dynamic and, I guess, what I mean by dynamic is we can go places regardless of whether or not we have work. We've had times when we had some family stuff that we wanted to be able to be a part of, and because I could just go, I'm, like, sitting here on phone calls on someone's balcony, but then as soon as I'm off the call, I can go spend time with family and get to, like, spend time with her family and do things that I want to do as soon as I'm done, because I can work from home, I can work from somewhere else, I can work from my phone, I can work wherever. And now we've been coming up with different ways to work remotely better and more efficiently. And so we're both masters of like being digital nomads for one, but then cybersecurity being an all online industry, more or less. The fact that the internet is such a big thing and sort of the internet's what births cybersecurity. We can just work wherever we want, and it just gets easier and easier for us by the day. In order for us to do a lot of the things that we want to do, now that's hard. Like I'm trying to create some new products. I'm going to talk about that in some other videos. There's something called the Assault Grid that I'm working on. I'm going to announce that. And I've been working with a couple of students who've done some outstanding work to help bring this vision to reality. And I'll be giving them some credit. We've got some interviews going for them. And so I just want to start introducing you guys to a lot of the people in my world, especially the most important person in my world, because if I introduce you guys to all these other people and I don't say anything about the person who's most important to what I'm doing in my life and my world, like she's pretty awesome and amazing. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening if you've just been listening and not watching. And for now, we're going to wrap this up, and if you guys are interested in taking the free cybersecurity course, it's called Cybersecurity Essentials. It has my ebook in there as well. People have already been getting jobs by taking this free content. It's free. Worst case scenario, you take it, you don't get a job, you didn't pay anything. But I teach the skills to get a job. I don't provide a guaranteed job. I teach the skills that you need so that you don't just get a job one time with my help. You learn how to get a job forever because you will know how to get a cybersecurity job and understand how the industry works. I'm in the radio station 24/7. Sometimes I'm sleeping, sometimes I'm eating, sometimes I'm not looking at my screen literally 24/7. But I check my phone at least once an hour if I'm not physically at the radio station. And when I'm at my desk, I put a sign on there that says NATO Online. So come talk to me at the radio station, ask me whatever questions you have. And if you want to talk to her, we can get her chatting in the radio station as well. So come by the radio station.
That's our 24-hour live stream. Cybersecurity research radio.
Yeah.
And if you liked seeing my face on this video, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Give us a nice thumbs up. And you'll be seeing more of me here on Ask NATO because we have some fun video ideas for coming up soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. It'll be good. It'll be fun. So this will be sweet. And thank you guys. This is our first recording with a bunch of new setup. We have a mic. I don't really know how to.
It's there.
It's there. It exists. It's alive.
It makes us sound a lot better. So.
Catch you guys soon. Have a good one. We appreciate you.